You have never lost me. And you hate me. It's not true. Just because I won't stand with you when you do something wrong, a lot of wrong. I don't hate you.
All right, have and have not fans, you just saw a small snippet of the most powerful scene of last night's episode, and arguably one of the best scenes of the entire series. I've rewatched the episode 15 minutes. I've recorded 12 videos in a row. This is number 13, so unlucky 13 is the last video I need to record for today. And for obvious reasons, I can't post the entire clip due to the fact that, number one, copyright. I can barely do 27 to 30 seconds as it is. Number two, this scene took up, if I'm not mistaken, like the last 12 to 15 minutes of the episode, which could explain why the other parts felt a bit weirdly edited. But I did take notes. I did not write down every line of dialogue. That would be unnecessary and too time consuming. But let me just say this was a very, 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 very well done scene. I made some little nitpicks in the episode review as well as my video about, I forgot what video it was. I think it was the Derek video, but this scene was something we've been waiting for so long, and I've said it before a few times that I would like to see Candace change, but it has to be gradual. It can't be something that could just happen one episode and then there's no build up to it. We actually kind of got some build up. Well, actually, when you really think about it, there's been build up since the early seasons, but only in small doses. You know, think of the number of times Hannah has asked Benny to drive her over to whatever hotel or house that Candace was staying in, and they would have a heart-to-heart moment. Like last year, it was talking about how she was raped and the Man the Lion tattoo, and that's how Candace was born. Or even after Amanda died and she wanted to be taken to the Sarandon Hotel to make peace with Hannah. I mean, make peace with Candace. And in that episode, we learned that Candace was molested when she was younger by one of Hannah's boyfriends. And then so many other times where Hannah was the one to try to make peace, but Candace would just push her out of the door and then break down as soon as Hannah left. So basically, in this scene, we had Candace taking the reins with a little pushing by a little pushing by Charles, and then when she came over and Hannah didn't want to talk, it was Derek that pretty much, kind of pushed her out of the kitchen, not physically, but like, Hannah, don't be like that. Go in there and talk to her. And I mentioned that, in my episode review and whatnot, that Benny didn't need to be there, but Candace did say that I need to talk to both of you. This involves both of you, which is true. But in my opinion, I think it would have been a little bit better, just a little bit, if after squaring away the whole interest money thing, like, number one, Benny, you need to get the money back, okay? Give the money back, sign it over, give them back to Jim and Catherine, get the money back. Then he brings up the $20,000 nonsense, but I've already done a video about that because it should be $9,000. But the interest money, and she's like, well, see if you can use the interest from the business account that the money's in. Ask Catherine, though, so you can pay off the loans and you'll be good to go from there. After that, I think it should have really been Hannah and Candace. But at least Benny did not say anything. He was just sitting there. Because we're going to do a breakdown. We're literally going to try to go through this, subject by subject, because there were so many different pieces to this actual discussion here. But before going any further, the drill. I got to do my quick plugins. My social media descriptions, go down to the description. All the links are there. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, eBay, where I sell stuff. PayPal, if you want to donate to the channel, as well as my other two YouTube channels. One about We Are the Flash, I talk about comics and anime. The other one, Jeremy Carden, I just talk about life stuff in general. So be sure to follow me on all those platforms. And also subscribe to this channel so we can get up to 100,000 subscribers. But we have to talk about the interest money. Hannah not wanting to talk. Telling the story about the play she was in when she was younger. Hannah reassuring Candace that there's no hate. Basically, Candace explaining why she's acting the way she is, leading up to the hug before going out of the door. So we got Hannah coming in there, not really being a bit standoffish, as Candace told Charles she would be. But like I said in my episode review, I believe, I do not blame Hannah for being standoffish, because if you remember, the last time Candace came over was when she was threatening Hannah, not only confirming that she had sent Malik over there to threaten Hannah, but she was going to send a different person every night. I'm going to send a visitor every night until you sign that money over to me. So she put on the same nice, it seemed the difference was in that scenario, she was putting on a false front of being concerned about Hannah, where in this situation, she was actually hurting. That's a major difference there. So I do not fault Hannah at all for acting the way she was when Candace came through the door. Benny is like, no, I don't believe that. You never seen her like this. Benny, shut the hell up. No, first of all, no. It's like, I can't with you right now. I just can't, okay? Benny, how can you say that about your mother, but she has to deal with your ignorant ass every time Derek is around? Like, what gives you the right to even say that? I know in that moment he was not being like overly disrespectful or anything, but it's just annoying how not 2 minutes ago you're acting like an asshole to Derek, and it's like, oh, it's not that funny, the chicken was dry. Move when he went through the kitchen. But then as soon as Candace comes over, mommy, no, don't act like that. I just can't with you right now. Well, we can't with your jobless. We can't with your jobless living at home with your mama getting killed by the thug Malone's ass. Okay, Benny? Shut up, Benny. God. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. But basically, Hannah eventually sat down and was willing to listen. Okay, I'm sorry about that rant, but Benny just gets on my damn nerves. All right, so basically from there, she reassures them that, you know what, I don't want the money anymore. Give it back to where it belongs, and we can go from there. Then she brings up the school play where she wanted to be the lead, but Angela got the role, and everyone was like, it's because you had dark skin. But I think it was like this toy ring that Hannah gave Candace, saying that, this is for all the girls that look like you, that you are beautiful, who don't need all that makeup like everyone else. And that stuck with Candace since she was a little girl. And it's like, I still had that, even though when I lost everything, even when I lost you. But then Hannah reassured her that, you know what? I don't hate you. I love you. But you all need to know that I will never stand for what's wrong. That's why I don't stand by you. But I still love you. So that was really, really good that we got that character. Sorry, I got to readjust my leg. Fell asleep. That we got that reassurance between mother and daughter. And then Candace goes on to say that when you told me about the fact that I was a rape baby because of the man with the lion tattoo on his chest. So we got confirmation that the lion tattoo was on his chest, when I actually thought it was like in the shoulder or upper back region. So lion tattoo was on the chest. And despite being a rape baby, you still held me up and told me I was beautiful, which was very well written. Like, the body language during the scene was excellent. Candace once again apologizes, not just for her behavior, but, asking Hannah to stand up for what's wrong, getting Benny involved in all this mess, which was good. And Hannah pretty much says, I'd lay down my life for you. And it's like, for really? And then it's like, what do you think? Which I hope is not foreshadowing for something. I hope not. Then from there, once again, like, hey, you go ahead and return the money. And she pretty much just is talking about how the reason that she's doing all this is because she can't do it anymore, because she's really feeling the weight of Quincy's death and the fact that she keeps seeing her child. And I don't think that seeing the pictures and videos on Hannah and Benny's phones helped the case, because that really started to get to her. So she actually gives the ashes of her baby to her mom. That is definitely something to keep in mind. I don't know if this is going to happen, but I hope this means we get a proper burial or farewell for the ashes, because remember, they wanted to give a funeral, but Candace was like, nope, you know what, we're going to cremate him right now. So her giving up the ashes was truly something else. That really was something else. Damn, that was a good scene. I'm not getting choked up here. It's just like, it really was a great scene. And then from there, she asked for that hug, and, I love you too. They gave each other a hug. And it's like, look, I'm not going to do anything bad to myself. You'll see me around. And then she left. And then Hannah, hallelujah! God heard Yes, God heard me. I feel like I've admitted this in at least 3 episodes, but videos. But I was wrong, guys. I was wrong. I will take the heat gladly. If you want to scorch me in the comment section, it is completely fine because I kept saying God heard me, hurt me. Okay, I get it. Have at me. But it was a great scene overall. Wow, that was quicker than I thought. 10 minutes in and I broke it all down. But this was a great scene for development. This was a great scene for backstory. We actually got some motivation. The fact that the characters within continuity made sense. Like every character acted the way that they were supposed to act. Benny being reassuring, Hannah being hesitant, and then Candace pulling a 180 on everybody. But as I said before, it is great that Candace is trying to make a change, but that doesn't mean all of her past sins are gone. Because yes, she is forgiven by her family. Through God, all things are possible. But that doesn't mean Candace doesn't have a slew of enemies out there and people she has wronged that won't try to take a jab at her now. So that's the one thing I'm worried about. Because typically in TV shows, books, movies, whatever, whenever a villain tries to convert themselves, they usually end up being a major target because they aren't as ruthless as they used to be. And if they have to get to ruthless again, they usually reconvert into villainy. But overall, this was definitely a highlight within the entire series. The fact that Tyler Perry gave us such a long scene with no commercials was amazing. So yes, this could signify why she was wearing white in the trailer, why she was wearing white in this episode, to kind of like show that she is turning over a new leaf for purity, and hopefully that is reflected in her life as potentially the next future first lady of the United States. So with that being said, all in all, great scene. But the question is, I did a video on this as well, can the same be said about Jeffrey and Veronica? So thanks so much for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. I already did my social media plugins. You know to go to the description box below. Subscribe to the channel, please, and I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.